On top of the wardrobe, but it's a storage cupboard for my arts and crafts and stationery, we don't have really barely any shelves or window sills or walls to hang things in our property. So all I've done for now, I did quite a long time ago, was any of my old childhood toys and ornaments that I didn't have anywhere sorted out to put them, I've put on top here, and then every few months I take them all down, dust it all down and put them back. But I wonder if I could find spaces for some of these things and just keep a few up here. So what I'm going to do now is take them all down, declutter and sort. Now that's everything down. That's actually a wall hanging item there. Now obviously I've got to clean the top off, dust it all down, and then I don't want to put everything back again. So here's the bigger items, and I thought that was a good idea to grab some little baskets to save keep going up and down. When you're on your own, it's very difficult to clear off high areas. So I just grabbed some little containers, put smaller things in smaller ones. There's shells that I've collected. This was one Christmas, someone gave me some, I think some chocolates in here, and it made a nice area to actually keep all the shells rather than having random shelves. This pig is actually a light, a lamp. This is a lamp shade, so that can go out somewhere. We have the Halloween rat. That I do have a video, I'll link it below, where I hid the rat in my garden and I took photos of each place I hid him. It's a good Halloween or any time game. You have to try and find Basil the rat in the photograph, so I'll link that video. And if any of you know a very famous rat called Basil, where is Basil the rat from? So put your answers in the comment below if you know. From an English comedy programme that was shown around most of the world. So everyone should be able to figure that out. A few other bits and pieces, but I will go through them all as I sort them out. One of my very first toys as a child, my little penguin. I had to keep him. This is before cleaning, and now to get to cleaning. Old flannels or face cloths always make very good items to clean with, particularly if it's very dirty things that you're going to clean, or outside items. Cleaning tip, always clean from front to back, because of course you don't want to put your arm in the dirt. toys, or fairly big toys, I have that I kept was Panda. I've said before I much more was interested in toys like the Cindy doll and the doll's house. I wasn't really a dolls person. My mum bought me a doll's cot and a doll's pram and a doll's crib, all these things. I played with them, but to me they were more insignificant. But I had to keep Panda. I got him for one of my birthdays and I always played with Panda. And if you don't know, Panda is a boy. And then I think he was the first kind of proper teddy, as in a bear, that I got, a Panda. And then somebody bought me this one, which I called Debbie. And she was Panda's friend. Yes, the girlfriend, technically. Although these are children, they were very good friends. And Debbie did wind up, there was a key bit attached to that, and she doesn't play anymore, but she did play. I don't think she plays anymore. No, she doesn't even move now. So Debbie and Panda, I always played games with those. And then I think he must have came later, because then Red Ted arrived. Now Red Ted is actually hard plastic. It's plastic. And he's a boy, of course, and he was friends with Panda and Debbie. Now, he was the baby of the group. Panda was the leader of the group, but basically Debbie was a bit more intelligent and she let Panda be the leader of the group, but she helped him out. And they looked after Red Ted. He was the baby of the group. So of course I had to keep those. That's quite a story that I remember always with those. So these will probably go back up on the wardrobe, or as I say, my art cupboard. Another toy that I remember from being very young, I think Penguin was on my pram. I think my mum used to hang him on my pram. He's very soft. There's just something really cutesy about him. I'm going to say, only from my own memory, he was probably the first thing I remember having. I think Panda came when I was probably 2 or 3, something like that. But I'm going to say, I think I remember him hanging on my pram. So I love him. I love his little wings. So that's Penguin, and that is his name, Penguin. Which also tells you I had him from a very young age. I didn't name him. He was Penguin. Then I had this when I was older. He's a mouse. And he actually has wire in his tail, so you can pose his tail. And the reason I kept him was, again, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure on this. My nan always bought me toys and presents and that kind of thing. But this is something I believe Grandad picked out for me, and my older sister had one the same. And I'm pretty sure, and I remember my mum saying that was, you know, something special, that he saw them and bought them for me and my older sister. So that's a special thing that will make me think of my Grandad. I do have this. This is much more recent, and you may or may not know I was a professional dancer, a choreographer, and I had a stage school as well, several stage schools. And this was from one of my pupils. I did the show, I wrote, directed and produced the stage show of Winnie the Pooh. And this was a thank you from one of the pupils that at that time I cast as Winnie the Pooh. So that's something to remember that by. When I was much older, I started collecting pigs. I just like pigs. I particularly like Vietnamese potbelly pigs. And this was, I had so many of them I couldn't keep them all. This was one of my favourite ones that I kept, and his fur feels quite pig-like. So it's soft, but it's quite coarse and close to the main body of the pig. So this was the most realistic pig, so I kept him. Okay, next we have a remote control radio, remote control truck. Now it was something I had always wanted and finally got it as an adult, but I was very disappointed that it won't go on rough ground, and I deliberately got one with the big tyres because I thought it would go on rough ground around my land, but it does not. But I have the controls here. Maybe I should set up a nice course and show you what I can do with it. So some of the other soft toys, I've already told you about Basil the Rat. So there's him. We have another pig. I kept this one because he's just really cute. He's a very squishy pig, almost like a Cooney type pig. So there's him with his little feet. There's a little dog that I believe came in a mug. So there's him. This is obviously not mine. I think he got this from my sister. So that's Mike's. My mum got me this. It says "This pig loves you," but it's a chef pig, obviously. Of course it is. So I have that one. Got a little monkey. I think I got that when I was in hospital. Got a little monkey. Got this one, it's just sweet. It's a donkey. It's a little donkey. There's him. These were from friends at various times. You're a Star, that was for performance one. I quite like these. I forget what the name of these are, but these are really sweet. And we have this one. Leaving present. This one I just like. It's got a little jumper on, little knitted jumper. So I'll keep those. These are things I got when I qualified in dance. So this was my first teaching qualification, and I got that for what used to be called in those days modern ballet, but think of it now as freestyle, not as in disco, modern, whatever you want to call it. So I got that from my parents. And I've got this one, obviously a ballet mouse, obviously. Now this I had from my childhood. I was very young and I had a yellow bedroom of my own, a very tiny box room. And I remember this was on my windowsill. It's Humpty Dumpty. Now I don't know why, but I was always loved Humpty Dumpty. Maybe it resembled me, big round Buddha, and it's a money box. So I don't know where it came from. I've got a feeling it had sweets in it. I've got a feeling it had sweets in it originally, but I don't know. But I had that from a very young age. This was up there. This was from one of my best friends from dancing that I taught as a student, and then she ended up working with me in professional shows, and I employed her to teach with me. I'll read it to you. It says, "To a special friend, you are there in times of sadness and in times of joy. You have always been there to make me smile and to keep my tears away. You always let me know when I'm wrong and when I'm right. Thank you for being a special friend. You always hold a special place in my heart." So I've already shown you this pig lamp, and the wire comes out his tail. And it was very hard to find. It didn't come with a lampshade. It was very hard to find one. My mum got one eventually years ago for me. It was lilac, which was the colour of my bedroom at the time. And when you put it on, you have to be careful because most shades make it top heavy. So there's that. This was a gift from a dance student when she was leaving. And it's a little trinket box. And it says, "Creative expression comes from within." There's that. So these sort of things should go out. So I've got to find a home for. And bear in mind, these are all very dusty and need cleaning. I kept this pig ornament because it's again quite realistic. So it's a pig sitting. Very realistic, that one. This one is supposed to have a pot plant in. So obviously I've got that one still. That one. This very dusty pig is from Cockington, which is a place in southwest England. It's a blue pig. And that looks like, yes, that's a money box. Got another pig here from the Isle of Wight, which is a little island on the very south of England. So you have to go across on a ferry to get to it, the Isle of Wight. I like that because it's got the Isle of Wight there, so you can see the top of the picture is the south of England, and then you go across the water and you come to the Isle of Wight. Another pig one. Pigs laying down with baby pigs. And this my nan got me, I think, for my 18th birthday. Ignore the cats. They want their dinner. So my nan got me this for my 18th birthday. She wanted to get me something, an ornament to keep. So again, that should go out really. Clean that up and put it out somewhere. And then this, I'm always talking about Pontins holiday camps. They're not as you would find them today, but I always won different competitions, dance competitions, talent competitions, and you used to get little coupons where you could get something in the shop. So I'd ended up getting just about everything in the shop. So Captain Croc, or Mr. Croc, I think it's Captain Crocodile, was like a mascot there, and so I got that. I've already showed you the shells, and there's actually coral in there as well. So any shells I'd collected over the years. Great big one there, a couple of big ones. Got coral, different shells are in there. Again, needs cleaning. And the last two containers, I have another gift from a pupil, ballerina. There. I just love this. My nan got it for me. Little bunny. I'll probably go on the dresser in my kitchen breakfast room, because I've got lots of ornaments there, which I'll share with you another time. For some reason there's a stone. Don't know why I've got a stone. We have this pig. Little pig. We have this. This was a gift, I believe. It's a little lighthouse. It's quite pretty. It's a little trinket box. Quite small, so a ring box really. And you've got hair clips and things in there. Things. So that could be useful to be out. Pignastics, as in gymnastics, but with a pig. And that should go down the dance studio. This I had from a child. It's a little cat, but it's a toothbrush holder. You used to have your own toothbrush and your own toothbrush holder. And I remember my big sister had a yellow lion twice the size of this. I remember that. So I remember this from a very young age, probably since I started cleaning my teeth, because I didn't have another one. So yeah, toothbrush holder. This was just a frame I had, and I love seahorses. I think this is called a sea dragon. I think it's a sea dragon, and that at the time was my favourite animal because it was so different. I've got that. So I of course have a seahorse. Oh, I have a random shell. Random shell. This was from one of my volunteers that came here recently, and she kept getting it out and sitting, and I said, oh, that's so beautiful. And she said, oh, do you like it? And I said, yes, I do. And it's a mirror. It's a double mirror. So it's a double mirror, close-up mirror and a normal mirror. And she said, oh, it's very old. The top's come off. She said, it's very old. And I said, oh, it must be expensive. She said, oh, she said, you get them all over my country. So she said, do you want it? I said, no, it's yours. You have it. And then when she went, she left it. She left it for me because I admired it so much, and she liked that I admired something from her country. So she left me that. So that was a beautiful gift. The last thing I have is I have Dog. Now, Dog was a fridge magnet, but he's lost his magnet. I have to glue one back on. So that was Dog. And an interesting story is, I can't remember why I bought Dog, but I used to have Yorkshire Terriers, so I was at that time a dog person. And I had Dog. And then when I met Mike, in his kitchen, he had Cat. This is Cat. Cat is on our fridge. And this is what Mike had. He had Cat. And he'd, funny enough, bought it when he'd been on a holiday to Cyprus. So obviously now we have Dog and Cat. So we've just got the big toys left up there. For now, the remote control car. And my Humpty Dumpty and the cat. And I've just got a basket of the soft toys that I'll put in front of it for now. Then on to another area of decluttering and sorting of my house. Check the links below to see more. So I hope you enjoyed this little look at things. If you want to see what else is on my fridge while I'm here, we have an authentic Cyprus bus. This is what they used to use, and you can still see them today. I'll link a video about them below so you can see all about the vintage Cyprus buses. I also have Dawn, which is me, and it says dawn, an old English word for dawn, She is bright and intelligent and wants to make the world a better place. She cares deeply. I have this funny saying. It says, if it fits in a toaster, I can cook it. And then I have these ballet dancers that my sister gave me. And then I have lots of funny words that I make into funny sentences. Currently I have this food through here. And I do lots of videos about funny things, funny sayings, such as if it fits in a toaster I can cook it. So look out for those videos, and I hope you enjoy all my future videos. Do comment below, let me know which item I've shown you today you like the best. Until next time, thanks for watching.